You'll need 2 blocks or books, whatever you have handy. We'll start lying down, knees bent. Bring your hands onto your belly and tune into your breath. Take a full inhale and a full exhale and let the belly rise and fall as you do this. Not forcing, but thinking of finesse and ease and grace while allowing for a completely full, beautiful inhale and completely emptying out on your exhale. A few more. Bring your hands up to your rib cage. Focus your breath here. Front, sides, and back of your rib cage expanding on the inhale and relaxing on the exhale. Thoracic breath, 3 more. Release your arms down by your sides and put both parts together, the belly breath and the thoracic breath. Inhaling, filling up your belly. Same inhale fills up your rib cage, and then you allow for a complete exhale. Never rushing or forcing your breath, just inhaling belly and rib cage, and exhaling, completely emptying out. That's how you'll breathe during your practice, a full, complete breath. That's your barometer. So if the breath is shallow, then you'll know you need to rest, which you're allowed to do at any time for as long as you like. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. From your heart outward, send something good to someone or some place that could use a little extra today. Bring your arms back down by your sides and gently turn your head to the left and roll to the right. If you need a pillow, you can grab a blanket or a low pillow and place it under your head. Just roll across the back of your head, left to right. This time, when you go to the left, go about halfway, not to the end range, just about halfway, and then to the right halfway. And then we'll make it even smaller. This time when you turn to the left, just go about a quarter of the way. A small little turn. Head to the left and head to the right. Notice your breathing. And now make the turns as tiny as you can. Tiny little turns. Head left and right. One more time to the left and right. Back to center, check in, 3 breaths. Let's warm up shoulders. Take your right arm and reach it up and over. Palm faces in and then bring it back down by your sides. Left arm reaching up and over. Don't worry if you don't go to the floor, just go where you go. Moving at the shoulder. Arm reaching up and over. You can keep your rib cage pinned down, or you could invite a little extension in the upper back. Just one more time, each way, each arm. Last one. And take your feet a little wider than your hips. Let your knees fall to one side. I'm going to just move my arms out to the side. Palms up or down, either way. And you let the knees fall to one side and come back to center and then over to the other side. We'll do this a few times and then we'll change it up a bit. Breathing, enjoying the peace and quiet of a yoga practice. This time when you come to the left, you'll just pause for a moment and then the right leg will start to go on its own. It will start to go up and over and eventually the left leg will follow. It doesn't want to be left behind and the goal is not to pin it down or force. Once the legs go to the right, then the left leg starts. Start to bring it back. And then the right leg will eventually follow. We'll do that one more time. Right leg starts. And eventually the left leg follows. If you're new to the practice, just be patient with yourself. You showed up, you got on the mat, and even if you did just the breathing part, and then tomorrow you came back and you made it to this part, it's great. It's a practice. Every day, different. Bring yourself back to center. And let's roll to the side, and we'll make our way up to hands and knees. Come into tabletop, or as the fancy people say, 4-point kneeling, or as I say, hands and knees. If you have blocks, you can use your blocks here, just in front of your shoulders, and knees just behind your hips. I want you to take this kind of long version of a cow, stretching the whole front of your spine, the whole front of your body, and then exhale, rounding into cat, stretching the back body. Inhaling, arching, extending, reaching, and exhale, rounding. Draw everything in, press down through the legs and arms. One more time. And then back to neutral. Press back, hips toward heels. You might feel a shoulder stretch, hips, spine lengthening. Come forward. Allow the hips to lower a little bit, but push the blocks away. And then draw your belly in and reach back. Coming up, allow the hips to lower, but be strong in the arms. And then push. Take the hips all the way back. One more time. Coming up, let the hips lower, but push the blocks away so you're very strong in the arms. Find length in the spine, and then draw everything up as you reach the hips back. Come back up, and you can put the blocks off to the side. Think about your rib cage. I want you to take it around in a circle. One way, and then reverse. Rib cage all the way around in a circle. One way, and then reverse. One way or another. Still breathing. Good. Bring your legs all the way together. Curl your toes under and stretch back. Stretch the toes, stretch your feet. Take a couple of deep breaths here. If you need to come out, you come out. Just do your best. That's all it is. Every day showing up and being you. Give it your best. One more breath here. And then you'll come back up, back into your tabletop. This time you'll take your left arm and you'll reach up. And on the exhale, you'll reach under. So you're twisting the rib cage again. You're adding this nice arm movement, inhaling up and exhaling, reach under. One more time, inhaling up and exhale, reaching under. Bring your left hand down and we'll take the right arm. Inhale up and exhale, reach. Inhale up. Exhale, reach under and through. One more time. Inhaling up and exhale, reach. Return the right hand down. Curl your toes under and lift your knees and hover. So you're drawing your center in. You're pushing through the earth. Your knees are hovering, and maybe you'll move your knees side to side. And you're breathing. Keep pushing the earth away. Don't let anything collapse. If you need to come down and rest, do that. That's the yoga, taking care. And then release and come back and rest. Modified child's pose. You're on your forearms, breathing, reaching back with the hips. Let the neck be long. You might even turn your head a couple times, side to side. Coming back to neutral. Bringing your hands forward, knees back, curl the toes under, and lift up slowly, 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 slowly. Visit downward facing dog. If this is too much, come right back down to tabletop. Otherwise, a full breath here. Inhale, full exhale, and then walk your hands forward or your feet forward, or your hands backwards, or any way that you feel like traveling to get to a forward fold. You can bend your knees and roll all the way up into Tadasana. Find your best posture here. Let your feet root down. Imagine yourself getting a little longer and taller. You might need to peek at this next part, or you can just sense it. Lift just your big toes. Put your big toes down and lift all the other toes. Notice if your hands are helping, let your hands relax. Remember your full, complete breath. All toes down, all toes up. Just the big toes down. All toes up. Just the big toes up, all the other toes down. Be super patient with yourself during this one. It's so much fun that my eyelid just got an itch and I had to itch it. Take 2 more breaths here. Big toes are reaching for the sky. If you can't do any of these, you just visualize it. Just think about the toes lifting. Release all the toes down. Inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale to your heart. Again, inhale, reach up, maybe gaze up, and exhale to your heart. One more. Good. Locate your block, and we'll place it in the upper thighs. And you'll have your other block in front of you. Do not worry when we forward fold. If you don't reach the block or the ground, you can reach your legs. It's all good. It's all perfect. So you squeeze into the block so that you can find the legs. The legs are active here. You might have a teeny tiny slight bend. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold. Go where you go. Today I'll go to the block, and I'll inhale, come halfway up, stretch the spine, squeeze into the blocks, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, squeeze the block. Exhale, sit back in a chair. Many different kinds of chairs, right? There's a tall chair, like a bar stool. There's a smaller chair. Sit in a chair that brings you joy. Squeeze into the block and reach your arms forward. If it's too much with your arms, bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, come to stand, hands to heart. We'll do that again. We'll go with breath each movement. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up, and exhale, chair. Inhale to stand, exhale to your heart. One more. Inhaling up, exhaling, fold. Inhaling halfway, Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold. Squeeze the block, inhale, rise all the way up, and exhale, chair. Inhale to stand, exhale to your heart. Lovingly remove the block, and you can just place them out to the edges of your mat. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, bring your hands down. Go where you go. Ground, feet, shins, thighs. Hang out here. Let your head relax. Cross your elbows or let your arms hang down. Bend your knees or not. Just be. Find your breath. Root down. Come halfway up. Grab your blocks. Bring them right by your feet and step back with your right foot. So the blocks are here to support you. Have them right below your shoulders. You can stay right here, or you can take flight, reaching the arms back. Keep the leg bent, push through the back leg. So the front leg draws back, the back leg reaches out, and you reach back with the arms, and you breathe. Try not to look forward, just gaze down so the neck is long. One more breath. And then hands return to the blocks. Stepping up, step the left leg back. This is like a runner's lunge, crescent legs. Find the activity, the strong back leg pushing as if you're going to fly off into a race. And then come back to the present moment with your breath. Keep your hands on your blocks or reach back, just hovering above the right thigh. Right leg drawing back, left leg reaching out, and breath. One more breath. And then one more breath. And then hands come back to the blocks. Step up, left foot to meet the right. Stack your blocks. Take your feet a little wider and find a place to rest. If your head doesn't reach, that's fine. You can come into a half fold. If that's too much, you come up and you rest in standing. Find a place right now where you can take 3 breaths. Good. Release the blocks. Bring your feet a little closer together. This time, instead of rolling up, we'll come up with a long spine. If you prefer rolling up, you'll bend your knees and roll up. Otherwise, notice hip crease right where you're folding. Push down through your legs. Buttocks is on, and you hinge at your hip. Come all the way back up. Tadasana. Lift your big toes. Big toes down, all the other toes up. All the toes up. All the toes down. Take a wide stance on your mat. Stance. On the mat, you can reach your arms out. Maybe your ankles are underneath your wrists-ish. Go where it feels good. Bend your left knee and turn your left leg out. And decide about your back foot. Lately, I've been liking mine parallel. Sometimes people turn it in. You decide. And you find warrior 2 legs. Your arms can be here, or if that's too much, you just let them rest. On an inhale, slowly straighten your leg. It's almost like you don't want to straighten it. Super slow motion with resistance. And when you bend, you'll go toward the middle toes. And then you'll straighten slowly with resistance. And when you bend, you'll go toward the pinky toe. Aiming the knee toward the pinky toe. Quick, call the yoga police. We're playing with different alignment. Next time you bend, you go toward the big toe. And straighten. And last time, back toward the middle toes, bending. And then drop your back hand, light and lovely, onto the back leg. Turn your left palm up and reach up to the sky. Just gaze up, reach straight up, grab a star, make a wish, release it. Come back up, warrior 2. Release the arms, straighten the leg, and parallel the feet. You can take as many breaths as you need right here, resting. You could even heel toe and come back to standing and rest. Otherwise, we're going into the other side, warrior 2. Bend your right knee, turn the leg out, and you decide again about your back foot. Both legs are active. You push back, you bend, you reach. If the arms are too much, you let them rest. Slowly straighten the leg. Slow motion. And then you bend middle toes, right? This is what we're used to. You can think about the inner thigh, lengthen and going around the knee and going back into the hip. Slowly, as you straighten the leg. When you bend, you're going toward pinky toe. Pinky toe. Slowly, you straighten the leg. And this time when you bend, toward the big toe. Even slowing down the movement brings you into the now, into the present moment. Slow motion toward the middle toes last time. Find your warrior 2. Lightly you release the back hand. It's just resting here. Turn the right palm up and reach straight up. Reverse warrior, reach up, grab another star, make a wish, release it. Come back to warrior two. Straighten the leg, release the arms, parallel the feet, heel toe, heel toe. If you have a hopping practice, you can hop your legs back together. Otherwise, come back to Tadasana. Lift just your big toes. Big toes down, lift all the other toes. We're adding a big surprise here. I have to look for this one. So, left big toe up. Right, all the other toes up. What? Okay, we're switching. Right big toe up. Left, all the other toes up. What? Presence, breath, belly, rib cage. Exhale, complete breath out. All the toes down, hands relaxing, all the toes up, and all the toes down. Let's balance. So I'm going to turn to the side and give many variations as we go. So you can bring your hands to your heart. You are also welcome to move your arms at any time for balance. Bend your right knee and start with your right big toe on the mat. This is plenty. You're already balancing. Maybe you're going to lift the left leg. You can hold the leg, or the leg can be held with your muscles. It's a more active variation. Maybe you reach the arms up and you're breathing. Try not to let your pelvis sneak forward. Just breathe and be tall and long. One more breath. You might even challenge your balance. And then you slowly come back down. Take a moment. Everyday balance is different. So if you need to do that at a wall or with a chair, that's what you do. Never judging your balance, because beating yourself up on top of having bad balance sucks. Just be so happy that you're here on your mat. Start with your left big toe. That's nice, right there. Or you lift the leg. Maybe you hold the leg. That's passive, right? Now my arms are holding. Active is I am holding the leg up. Oh, I can feel my right leg and ankle working. Maybe you reach the arms straight up. Notice your breath. Maybe you move your arms around and challenge yourself. Maybe just getting on your mat was enough of a challenge today. Take one more breath. And release. Bring your hands to your heart. And then release your arms down by your sides. Tadasana, all 10 toes up. All 10 toes down. Coming back down to the ground, you have your 2 blocks. So you're going to lie all the way down. Again, if you need a pillow or extra props, you add them. And then take these blocks and prop your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together and prop your knees. Any height, right? The tallest height, any height will do. Find the one where you feel supported, not stretched. Here, we just want to begin to calm. We came down to the ground. We're just going to enjoy calm breath. And I would like for you to bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. Remembering the top of class with the 2 parts of our breath, the abdomen or belly, and the rib cage or thoracic spine. So you inhale, belly, rib cage, and then you exhale and you empty out. Inhale, belly, rib cage, and you empty all the way out. Allow a space between your top and bottom teeth. Make sure your whole face is relaxed. A few more breaths here. Let your hands bring your knees back together. Take one of your blocks. Press down through your feet, lift up your hips, and place the block right underneath your sacrum. So the sacrum is the triangular bone, and it's at the base of your spine. So the block is not in your low back. It's not only on your buttocks. It's this triangular-ish shaped bone, sacrum, at the base of your spine. And you know when you get there, because it feels comfortable. You might use a blanket, or if you have a bolster, you can use that instead. It's a gentle inversion. I'm going to give a couple of options here. You can stay right here. This is plenty. You could also bring your arms into a cactus arm or a goalpost. And then lastly, you might like to take one leg up and then the other. And you breathe. At any point, you can bring the feet back down to the ground. Sometimes we try things and then we say, not for me today. No, thank you. And that's just like life, right? We try things and then we decide, yes or no. 8 breaths here. After your 8th breath, bring one foot down, and then the other. Slowly lift up off your block. So you have a choice here as we stretch out into Shavasana. You can just come out onto your mat, flat, with your arms by your sides. If you feel like you would like to take the blocks, one under each thigh, you can do that. Shavasana is final resting pose for the practice. It's really important. This is the part where you're like, great, thanks, bye. But instead, I would love for you to stay here 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just at least a few good breaths, and let the body say, oh, that was really good, thank you. And the mind, thank you. I'll sound off for now, but I look forward to seeing you again. Stay as long as you like here in resting, and thank you for trying. Thank you for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.